Donald Trump's staged assassination. If you can't see it's staged, you're just a sheeple. You're blind. These are some of the tests that are being put in front of us to discern the truth of it. Donald Trump is nothing but a puppet master. And that's all he's doing, is answering to his master.
It's a staged photograph. Here's Donald Trump after getting nicked in the ear on. It's a staged photograph. Here's Donald Trump after getting nicked in the ear on stage. Here he is telling everybody to wait, because this is how people naturally respond, right? When they're shot in the ear, they want to wait and take a photograph immediately after because, he's a businessman. He's business savvy. I don't know how they could even possibly spin this in the next couple of hours and days with Donald Trump after being shot, getting up and then telling the Secret Service to wait, to stand still because he wants to pose for a photograph. Is he business savvy? Or, of course, is this a photograph that is needed to entice this left-right divide even more? Donald Trump, if they were going to take him out, would be out. Look at this clip of him telling them to stop and wait.
That is a stage performance. Wait. Let's get a picture going here so that I can tell them I'm of God, but I'm absolutely Satan and incarnate his brother. Okay? Because he's not. We know Will is, and that's why Princess Di is showing up in one of the pictures. Because he is serving her son. And there's nothing else you can say about it but how fake. It was all proud and boasting for a picture of someone trying to kill him. That's not how you act after your life is almost taken. Nobody on the earth does. Okay, so this is the resurrection of Baruch that we're going to talk about. Then all who have fallen asleep in hope of him shall rise again, and shall come to pass at the time that the treasuries will be open, in which preserve the number of the souls of the righteous. And it shall come to pass at the time that the treasuries will be opened. And that's what we're waiting. Everybody has a resurrection. It's talking about his resurrection, not Jesus'. They always put the resurrection as only Jesus. He's the only one that resurrects. No, is not. Everybody does. Even the evil resurrect into nothing what they were. The number of souls of the righteous, and they shall come forth, and a multitude of souls shall be seen together in one assembly. That's what this is.
Bro, do you guys see this? Do you guys see this? What is going on here, y'all?
The one with the pearl, oneness, bordello. We shall come together, and they shall be seen together in one assembly, in one thought, and the first shall rejoice. Bordello, paradise, here on earth right now, just hasn't fully manifested. It will, and when it does, shall be seen together in one assembly of one thought. all the same Spirit. And the first shall rejoice, and the last shall not be grieved. As the first is the last. We were here first. Out of all the people, Adams and Eves were here first. And we will be here last. Actually, they will be here last. But we will be here in the last. That's what it's telling you. For they know that the time has come, which it is said that it is the consummation of times, ending of times, right where we're at. But the things shall then waste away the more, for they shall know that their torment has come, and their perdition has arrived. So now you see why they're pulling out all the cards. They want to take people with them. They don't believe that we should go into heaven and they should go into hell. And they don't like it. You ruled the world. Now we will rule the world. Hold on a sec. They had their turn and their fun. Your fun in the sun is over. So it came to pass after these things that I went to the people and said unto them, Assemble unto me all your elders, and I will speak words unto them. That's what's happening right now. And they assembled in the valley of Kidron. And I answered and I said unto them, Hear ye, O Israel, that's the people of God, and I will speak to you. And give an ear, O seed of Jacob, and I will instruct you. Forget not Zion, but hold in remembrance the anguish of Jerusalem. Hold in remembrance your anguish, because it keeps you away from doing it. What caused you anguish will now take you away from it, because you're tired of anguish. For lo, the days come when everything that is shall become the prey of the corruption. And that's what's happening today. Corruption is a praying mantis on itself. It's made to destroy itself. Let it do what it's going to do. You can't change it. And as be as a thought, it had not been. And be as a thought, it had not been. It's an illusion. There it goes again, telling you. It not even was. But as for you, if you prepare your hearts so to sow in them fruits of the law, it shall protect you in that time which the mighty one is to shake the creation. If you're found giving the word, don't worry. Everything else doesn't matter. Because after a little time, building Zion will be shaken in order that it may be built again. This one is the final one. And it's to build it for the last time. But the building will not remain. There'll be nothing physical, but will again after a time be rooted out and will remain desolate until the time. And it's desolate right now. And afterwards it must be renewed in glory and perfected forevermore. No more ever. This is the last time. Therefore, we should not be distressed so much over the evil which has now come over that which is still to be. For there will be a greater trial than these two tribulations, when the mighty one will renew his creation, and now do not draw near. Two. Where did I just read that? But again, after the time will be rooted out, there will remain in desolation until the time, and afterwards it must be renewed in glory and perfected forevermore. There should be a distress so much over the evil, not be distressed over so much of the evil. For there will be a greater trial than these two tribulations, when the mighty one will renew his creation. And now do not draw near to me for a few days, nor speak with me till I come to you. And it came to pass, when I had spoken to them all these words, that Baruch went my way. So there'll be two different tribulations. One will be physical and one will be spiritual. And when the people saw me setting out, they lifted up their voice and lamented and said, "To where are you departing from us, Baruch? And are you forsaking us as a father who forsakes his orphan children and departs from them?" That's what Satan does. Are these commands which your companion Jeremiah the prophet commanded you, and said, "Look to this people till I go and make ready rest of the brethren in Babylon, against whom has gone forth the sentence that they should be led into captivity. And now, if also you forsake us, it were good for us all to die before you, and then you should withdraw from us." So we die from our father Satan, and he withdraws from us. You can't withdraw from him until you leave this his body that you're in. You were stuck being a part of him all the way until your last day and hour. Okay? When you're taken out of Satan. That's what it's talking about. When we shall die and we shall depart from him fully. And answered, they said unto the people, "Far be it far from to forsake you, or to withdraw from you. But I will only go unto the Holy of Holies to inquire of the Mighty One." There's your angel, goes back and forth to the Mighty of the Holy of Heavens, and to the Mighty One concerning you, or concerning Zion. If some respect I should receive more illumination, and after these things I will return to you. That is your Holy Spirit. It's receiving more light and illuminations, more truth, more wisdom and knowledge coming to you. That's all that is. And I, Baruch, went to the holy place and sat down upon the ruins and wept and said, "Oh, that my eyes were springs and my eyelids a fountain of tears, and how I shall lament for Zion, and how I shall mourn for Jerusalem, because of in that place where I am now, prostrate, of old the high priest offered holy sacrifice, a place thereon an incense and fragrant odors. But now Our glorying has been made into dust, and the desire of our soul into sand. It's turned back into dust. From dust I come, from dust I go. And when I had said these things, I fell asleep there, and I saw a vision in the night. See, when you go to sleep, and lo, a forest of trees planted on the plain, and a lofty ridge rocky mountains surrounded it, that the forest occupied much space, and lo, over against it rose a vine. That's you. It's talking about you. In a mountain, on a rocky mountain. You're the rocky mountain. A lot of those mountains have to come out of you when you're delivered from evil. That's taking a mountain out of you, not removing a mountain physically. So, and from under there went forth fountain peaceably. That fountain is the water that you drink from. It's truth, wisdom, and knowledge. And it comes from you, your Godhead, from the great Father. Now the fountain came to the forest and was stirred into great waves. And those who were submerged that forest, and suddenly they rooted out the greater part of the forest. Most of the forest was gone, the bad ones, and overthrew the mountains. And we overthrow the mountains, which is the evil in us, which were round about them, them, which it means. And its height of the forest began to be made low, and the top of the mountains was made low. This forest that you're in is made low. This forest that you live in, which was the height of the forest, began to be made low, and the top of the mountains was made low. Evil was made low. You've gone above it. The fountain prevailed greatly, so that it left nothing. The truth, the fountain of water. The water is life. The life is spiritual. The life is light. Adding that light to your treasures gets you back home. So that nothing was left of it, nor could its place be recognized. You changed to a total different creature. Then that vine became to come with the fountain in peace. Became to come with your fountain. Your fountain is your Godhead. Then it becomes one with it. In peace and tranquility, it came in the place which was not far from the cedar. It's not far from you. You are the cedar. And they brought the cedar which had been cast down to it. They brought us, the full grown tree, back. And again, behold, and lo, that vine opened its mouth and spoke and said to the cedar. Trees don't talk to trees. That's not what it is. The vine is the Father. And he talked to that cedar, which is you. Are you not the cedar which was left on the forest of wickedness, and by whose means wickedness persisted and was wrought to all these years, and goodness never? And you kept conquering that which was not yours. He come to conquer, and that which you did never show compassion, and you did keep extending your power over those who were far from you, and those who draw near to you did hold fast in the toils of your wickedness, and did uplift thyself always as the one that could not be rooted out. But now your time has spent, and your hour has come. Do ye also therefore depart, O ye cedar, after the forest which departed before you, and became dust with it? And let your ashes be mingled together, and now recline in anguish, and rest in torment till last time come, in which you will come again and be tormented still more. You see that? They will come again. They go back into bodies just like we do. They look for bodies. It's called dead bones, dry bones. So do we. But sometimes we go into other people uh, when we die because we haven't finished our trip. After these things, I saw the cedar burning and the vine growing itself all around it. You're burning the cedar, the tree, the old tree, and the plant full of unfading flowers. And indeed awoke and arose. And I prayed and said, "O Lord, my Lord." There he goes again. My Lord, not yours. You do always enlighten those who are led by. See? It's the same spirit, understanding. Your law is life, and your wisdom is right guidance. Make known to me, therefore, the interpretations of this visit, for you know that my soul hath always walked in your law, and from my earliest days I departed not from your wisdom. Always, even when you were in sin, you still believed. I had to cover you. Now she wouldn't have made it to this time. And he answered and he said to me, Baruch, this is the interpretation of the vision which you have seen, and you have seen a great forest, which lofty and rugged mountains surround. We are in a great forest. This is the word. Behold, the days come, and this kingdom will be destroyed, which once destroyed Zion, and it will be subjected to that which comes after it. Tells you there, the world's going to be destroyed. It's not going to be, we're not going to be here ever again, destroyed. And another, a third will rise and also have dominion for its time. The first, second, and third already had their dominion. We're in the last dominion of the fourth. And there's other ones that aren't explained before the time. Okay? Will be destroyed, and after these things, the fourth kingdom will arise. We are in that, whose power will be harsh, evil, beyond those which were before it, and it will rule many times as the forests on the plain. Rome has ruled many times. It will hold fast for times, and it exalt itself more than the cedars of Lebanon, more than you, and by the truth it will be hidden. And those who are polluted with iniquity will flee to it, as evil beasts flee and creep into the forest. That's the world. This is their world. They're all here. They can't leave it when they die either. They stay here in the firmament. They go back into dead bones. And it will come to pass when the time of consummation that it should be full, it should fall, has approached. Then the principate of my Messiah will be revealed, which is like the fountain in the vine. When it's revealed, it'll root out the multitude of its hosts. And as touching that which you have seen, the lofty cedar which was left in the forest, and the fact that the vine spoke those words which with it which you did hear. This is the word. See, you are the vine. You are the tree. A full-grown tree is ready to go home. You start from a seed, you grow to a plant, then to a tree, and then a full-grown tree. The last leader of the time will be left alive. Yeah, Prince William. When the multitude of the hosts will be put to the sword, and he will be bound, and they will take him up to Mount Zion, and my Messiah will convict him of all his impieties. We will. We will convict him. That means them. Him is them. You have to remember, we are they. and him as them, in a way, right? So, and we will gather and set before him all the works of his hosts, and afterwards he will put him to death and protect the rest of my people shall be found in the place which I have chosen in heaven. You're back. And the principate will stand forever until the world of corruption is at an end and until the times aforesaid are fulfilled. This is your vision, and this is its interpretation, which is end times, revelation. We're sitting at the precipice of all this. The sooner the better, because I'm in trouble in the world. I owe a lot of money. I have a lot of debt worries that are a lot of burdens on me over stupid things that I bought. I'm regretting buying some things, I'll tell you that. But, anyways, and the principate will stand forever until the world of corruption comes to an end, until the foresight, until the vision of this interpretation is fulfilled. And I answered and I said, for whom and how many of these things to be or will be worthy to live at this time? See, this is the best time to ever live. People don't realize that. You're living in the most special time besides when it's gone. For I will speak before everything that I think, and I will ask for you regarding those things which I meditate. For lo, I see many of your people who have withdrawn from your covenant and cast from them the yoke of your law. What's he saying? I don't see any faithful. I don't see any spirit. I don't see any hope. There is barely any. There's another way of saying it. There's barely anybody equally yoked. Most of them are going to cast it off. But others, again, I've seen have forsaken their vanity and fled in refuge beneath your wings. That's us. Your vanity, your fake teachings, and fled. I haven't seen many of them do it. They're still teaching the same lies. What therefore will be to them, or how will the last time receive them, or perhaps of the time of these will surely by weight, and as a beam includes, they be judged accordingly. And you're going to judge them. You already are. Wrath is already coming because of us. It hasn't stopped since the beginning of the world. We're their wrath, and they're ours. Wrath for both sides, always. And he answered and he said unto me, these things also I've shown unto you. As for what you did say, to whom will these things be, and how many will they be? To those who have believed there shall be good, which was spoken of aforetime, and of those who despise there shall be contrary of these things. As for what you did say regarding those who have drawn near to those who have withdrawn this in the word, as for those who were before subject and afterwards withdrew and mingled themselves with the seed and mingled with people, the time of these was former and was accounted of something exalted. And as for those who before knew not, but afterwards knew life, and mingled only with the seed of the people which had separated itself at the time of these, is latter. See, we're supposed to be separating, okay? Spiritually separated. You go and sit with family, and all they want to do is talk about BS and garbage. You're not sitting with them if you're talking with the Father and your spirit. So these will be for the latter. We're supposed to be separating from the false teachers. That's the one that God really wants you to separate from. Okay, those are the ones that can do most damage to you spiritually, believe it or not. The heathen don't do near as much damage as the fake Christian does. They're there to damage the true word. And that's what they were put in this time to do. And boy, can they do it. Accounted as something exalted, and the time shall succeed the time, and the season to the season, and one shall receive from another. That's us. And then, with a view to be the consummation, shall everything be compared according to the measure of the times and the hours of the season. For corruption shall take those that belong to it. Evil is a vacuum. There's no blood on nobody's hands, no angels, no God, no Father has no blood on anybody's hands. Everybody made their own decision themselves. Nobody, the devil didn't force nobody to do anything. You did it on your own. In the life of those that being to it, and the dust shall be called, and there shall be said to it, give back which is not yours, and raise up all that you have kept until the time. Render to Caesar Satan what's Satan. Render your flesh. Do not fear. Let go of your flesh. Render what his back to him again. But do thou, Baruch, direct your heart to which has been said to you, and understand those things which have been shown to you. For there are many external consolations for you. For you shall depart from this place, and you shall pass from the regions which are now seen by you. And you shall forget whatever is corruptible, and you shall not again recall those things which happen among mortals, which is the good thing. If you were to remember it, you'd be in great pain because you're going to be destroying people you love. Yeah. You're not going to remember them. To you, they're just going to be a shadow because that's when the war starts. That's already started, you see. You're not even going to know them as anything but a shadow. Go therefore, command your people, and come to this place, and afterwards fast 7 days, and then I will come to you again and speak to you. And Baruch, I went from thence to come to the people. I called my firstborn son, and the Galatians, my friends, and the 7 elders of the people, and I said to them, behold, I go unto my father. I go unto my fathers, your forefathers, according to the way of the earth. So whatever father you have, that's where you're going, whether it's dark or light. But withdrew you not from the way of the law, but guard and admonish the people which remain, lest they withdraw from the commandments of the Mighty One. For you see that he whom we serve is just, and our Creator is no respecters of persons. He's no respecters of flesh. And you see what have befallen Zion, and you see what have befallen Jerusalem, for the judgment of the Mighty One shall thereby be made known. Well, you can't keep it quiet. The whole world's going to see it. In his ways which through past finding out they are right. If you endure and preserve in his fear, and do not forget his law, do not forget it. The time shall change over you for good, and you shall see the consolation of Zion. That's where I'm at. Because whatever is now is nothing, but whatever is now is nothing. Once again, saying it's an illusion. Do you know how many times it tells you you live in an illusion? Oh, hundreds. Right there again. Because whatever is now is nothing. Whatever is right here today is absolutely an illusion. Nothing. You're going to find that out at the end. It's like Fool's Day. Hey, Fool's Day, you're going down, but you're really not down there. But that which shall be is very great. And everyone that is corruptible shall pass away, and everything that dies shall depart. That's what we're getting ready for. That's the big one. And at the present time shall be forgotten, nor there shall be any remembrance of the present time which is defiled with evils. For which runs now runs into vanity, and that which prospers shall quickly fall and be humiliated. See, they're all prospering. This was the time that you were to watch to see the ones that don't believe really prospering in this time. Well, you have been crushed $50,000 in the last year. That's what I owe. That's what I've been taken out of me. That is almost 3 years of my wages gone. You want to talk about slaves? If people of skin color think that they were great slaves, everybody is. No one misses being a slave, because if you're born on this earth, that's what you're meant to be. Either a slave to the Father of good God, the great almighty slave, or be a slave of Satan. And that's what it is. You're a slave of either or. So for which is to be shall the in me to be a slave to the Father is, how do I say that? Is a blessing. For you to be a slave to the Satan is opposite of a blessing. It's an honor to be a slave for the Father. So, and for what comes afterwards shall we hope, for it is the time that passes not away. We've come to the consummation of time. After that's gone, there's no more time. Hold on, I gotta use the washroom. So, when the hour comes which abides forever, and the new world comes. See, they're calling for a new world order, which is their world, which is Satan's world, which doesn't ever come. It's already there. This is their new world. Always has been. which does not return corruption of those who depart to its blessedness, and that has no mercy upon who depart to torment, and leads not to perdition of those who live in it. For these are they who shall inherit that time which has been spoken of. You inherited your Holy Spirit, and theirs is the inheritance promised of the promised time. These are they who acquired for themselves treasuries of wisdom, adding to it, you see, adding light. Them ones that are building the table so that they have all the tools out. They've used them all. They have them all clean, shined, and polished for the wedding supper of the Lamb. And them are found in stores of understanding. See, your understanding storehouse has grown with much more fruit than you even thought of it, and much more tools than you understood. Your tools bag is all of a sudden getting bigger. And from the mercy they have not withdrawn, and the truth of the law I have preserved. For to them shall be given the world to come. But the dwelling of the rest, who are many, shall be in the fire. This world should be kept here, and this world will be in flames. This will be the lake of fire. And then it'll go away forever. Do you therefore, so far as you are able, instruct the people? For that the labor is ours. For if you teach them, you will quicken them. See, your light is their light, which is the Father's light. And the more light you give them, the more you instruct them, the more you quicken them. That's what's on my mind. And my son and the elders of the people answered and said to me, has this mighty one humiliated us to such a degree as to take you from us quickly? And truly we shall be in darkness, and there shall be no light to the people who are left. For where again shall we seek the law? And there'll always be someone to replace. If I was to die today, the Lord may find you someone similar. Or who will distinguish for us between death and life? For me, death is life. Life is death. That's what I'm seeking for. It's a grave. I'm seeking for my corpse so I can kill it. My evil corpse. I'm hoping it dies so I go home. I'm not fearing it. I'm ecstatic for it. So when I said to them, the throne of the mighty one I cannot resist, neither can you. It's in you. If it's put in you, you can't resist it. Nevertheless, there shall not be a wanting to Israel a wise man. You hear that? Israel, a wise man. That's many men. Or does it only refer to one? Because we're all one spiritually. Nor a son of the law to the race of Jacob, but only to prepare your hearts that you may obey the law. But only to prepare your hearts, not your flesh. Why would you want your flesh to get better if it's sick? You're not preparing your flesh. Why do people pray over their sicknesses and their fleshes? Those don't go away unless the Father has that come away. And they're sick for a reason. And be subject to those who fear in wise and understanding. Be subject to those people that have much understanding. Well, you don't have to be subject to very many people, because not very many do understand. And prepare your souls that you may not depart from them. For if you do these things, good tidings shall come unto you. You get to reap good things. which before I've told you, nor shall you fall into torment, of which I testified to you before. And I did. I was in torment. But with the regard to the word that I was to be taken, I did not make known to them or to my son. And when I had gone forth and dismised them, I went there and said unto them, Behold, I go to Hebron, for thither of the Mighty One has sent me. And I come to the place where the word has been spoken unto me. And I sat there, and I fasted 7 days. It came to pass after the 7th day that I prayed before the Mighty One, and he said, O my Lord, you've summoned the advent of the times, and they stand before you. You cause the power of the ages to pass away, and they do not resist you. You arrange the method of the seasons, and they obey you. Your spirit does all this for you, and you obey your spirit. You alone know the duration of the generations, and you reveal not your mysteries to many. Because they don't have their own father, they're orphans or widows. You get revealed everything for your times, to make known the multitude of the fire, and in the way the lightness of the wind. You explore the limit of the heights. We do. And you scrutinize the depths of the darkness. We do. The Spirit does that. Our spirit does that. And it sees what's in the dark, and it pulls it and it roots it out. Therefore, you have to sin to get it out of you. It has to manifest. You care for the number which pass away, that they may be preserved. Yes, they do. And you prepare an abode for those that are to be. Yes, I care for them. I don't want them to go to hell. And I help prepare the one for the abode that those are to be. You remember the beginning which you have made. You remember the beginning which you have made. You see that? You offered yourself down here. You said, I'm going to go down. You remember the beginning which you have made. Not Jesus, not anybody else. You have. The Father did, but you're the second father in command of yourself. He gave it all to your angel, and your angel is giving it to you. You've already made it. How you doing, Junior? And the destruction that is to be, you forgot not. With nods of fear and indignation, you command the flames. You do. You command the evil. All you have to do is suggest it to your Holy Spirit, and your spirit gives it a whack. And if they change into spirits, and with the word you quicken that which was not. See, we help quicken you guys. Like it said over here, we quicken the people. If you're teaching the truth, you're quickening people. And with the word you quicken that which was not. And the mighty power you hold that which has not yet come. You hold power, but it's in your angel. You have zero power down here. We have no power at all. Only will. Free will or the will of our Father. Which one do you do? I do the will of my Father, not free will, lion-faced, free-willed man. You instruct created things in the understanding of you, which is in the understanding of the Father. You make wise the spheres so that to minister in their order. When you're doing it down here, your spirit is doing it up there at the gates, at their gates. If you're teaching them, they're at your gates, they're on your tree. You're giving the word to them. Your Lord is you up there. Armies innumerable stand before you and administer in their orders quietly at your nod. You don't need to speak it, you just need to think it. Hear your servant and give an ear to my petition. For a little time we are born, in a little time do we return. But do we return? Do we return? Did it say you're not going to? No, it said you're going to. But with your hours are as a time, and days as generations. But be not therefore wroth with man, for he is nothing, and take not the account for his works, for what are done, or are we? For lo, by your gift do we come into this world, and we do depart not of our own will. We don't depart of our own will. You can't die unless it's your time. And when you're full, your will comes and gets you, which is your Holy Ghost. For we said not to our parents, begot us, nor did we send to Sheol, say, receive us. We did not say that we were born of this world, and hell will not receive me, because I am of the Father. What therefore is our strength that we should bear your wrath? Or what are we that we should endure your judgment? See, we are judging the earth already. We are putting wrath on the earth already with a nod. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fight with you. Oh, no, I'm going to leave you. That little nod makes your spirit go and attack him. You have a big brother, and it's you. And he's up above you. He's a star and an angel. And if someone comes up against him, he will strike them with the, if you just give a nod. Anyways, protect us in your compassion, and in your mercy help us. Behold the little ones that are subject unto you, and save all that drew near unto you, and destroy not the hope of our people. And that's what the false church does. It destroys hope, so that there is none. And cut not short the times of our aid. And he won't cut it short. Your time is chosen. For this is the nation which you have chosen, and these are the people to whom you find no equal. You chose in this time. You chosen to come down here. And these people to whom you find are not equal. Is that saying anyone? No one around you is equal. But I will speak now before you, and I will say as my heart thinks. If we do trust, for lo, your law is with us, and we know that we shall not fall so long as we keep your statutes. Walk like him the best you can. You won't fall. To all times we are blessed at all events, in that we have not mingled with the Gentiles. All times with the fake teachers. Those are Gentiles. They're sinners, committing sin, thinking they've gone up their ladder, not even to pick their pearl up. If you don't pick your pearl up, your Holy Spirit, if you don't find that, it's going to stay in the mud. And the mud looks like a shadow, and it covers it. It hides it to be truly what it was in the end. So for all one, calibrate people. For we are all one. Calibrated people. Calibrated means on the same wavelength. Calibrated, the same spirit, different soul. Who have received one law from one, the great Father. And the law which amongst us will aid us, and surpassing wisdom which is in us will help us. Keep seeking for wisdom. So when I said I prayed and I said these things, I was greatly weakened. And he answered and said unto me, see, when you give out light, it's like work. It's harder than work. It will exhaust you because you're giving your light out. It goes through computers, it goes through phones, it goes through the tones of the words of your voice. Whatever words you're speaking, if they're the Father, it can give light to someone else if it's truth. And all the words that have been heard, but my judgment exacts its own. Your judgment is your own judgment. It happens to you because you recompensed that judgment on yourself. You reaped it and sowed it. And my law exacts its rights. For from your words I will answer you, and from your prayer I will speak to you. That's your Holy Spirit. You're speaking to yourself. All right. This for the follows that he is corrupted, and not all he has both wrought iniquity so far as a lie. See, iniquity is actually a lie. Could do anything and has not remembered my goodness, nor accepted my long suffering. Therefore he shall surely be taken up, as I before told you. For that time shall arise which brings affliction, for it shall come to pass with quick venomance, and shall be turbulent coming in the heat of indignation. And it shall come to pass in those days that all the inhabitants of the earth shall be moved one against another, because they know that my judgment has drawn nigh. See it? You can see the times we're in by the books we read. For there shall not be found many wise at the time. There it is again. Many with wisdom. Many wisdom means Holy Spirit. There's not many Holy Spirits at the time. Wisdom. There ain't many. There isn't much faith or much hope here. Same two things. No wisdom, no hope, and no faith. They all are joined together. They're three of the most important. And the intelligent shall be but a few. Wisdom and intelligence and knowledge will be zero, but a few. So you're getting the 144,000. Moreover, even those who shall most of all be silent. That's me. I'm silent to these guys now, except for that Trump thing. And there shall be many rumors and tidings, not a few. This preacher was stabbed. No, he wasn't. This president was shot at. No, he wasn't. It's all a movie. They're all together, guys. Preachers and people in the movies are all together. All right, so that's it for now. I got to get ready here and go to work. A little bit of a break here before I go to work for a half hour. I'll be on my listening on my phone like always. I got a little bit longer of a day, so I won't probably be on until 1 or maybe 2. All right, so it's a longer day for me, so I wanted to get up and speak with you guys early in the morning. If you missed some of it, go back. Love you. God will keep you.